Welcome to the showroom down here at Blue Whale Spa. We're just about to get an orientation of your new hot tub and the control panel in particular, the TP600. Let's take a look. So when we've got an airlock, typical signs of airlock may be that the water levels drop below these LED lights, which it has done here. Other times could be that the splash has been away from the filter area, it's ingested a big air bubble down into that equation there, and that's what's caused the air lockage below. Other times it's when customers are not taking the example of popping their hose pipe into the main filter housing for filling. When they're popping it into the main body there, we're filling up the main body as opposed to the lower cavities first. So filling up from down here is essential. When we've not filled up from down here, we can expect airlock to happen naturally. So, wait, heater may be dry is the message we're seeing here. And it's a common error which comes down to typically water levels. If we were to look at this particular tub, it's lost far too much water, lights are no longer submerged, the jets are no longer submerged, and the filter area in the bottom corner there, barely enough water going down there to be able to function. So therefore, what's essential when we see this message, first of all, is to check the water levels. So during this message, we're not likely to see any of the active circulation. Notice that this tub's motionless. And of course, the error message telling us that heater may be dry has stopped the lower pumps. This is a safety feature important, of course, when it comes to the pumps running dry. And of course, the heater not having any water in there. When it's not got water in there, of course, it's going to run too hot. And it's important that we're going to get the oxygen out of those tubes before we continue. When the sensors stop flashing and that goes solid, it's either likely to give you a new temperature or an error message. So we're expecting to see an error message such as heater may be dry, heater too hot, SNS, which means sensors. And the first thing I'd always do in an airlock situation, heater may be dry, SNS, heater flow loss, is turn off the power. Once the power's turned off at the wall, that's when we can check the tub to make sure, as I mentioned before, that we're back above these LED lights and the filter's submerged fully in this area. If the water levels below this area have dropped, we've got a problem, and of course we need to fill up. This is where the water wants to start its natural rite of passage, so down through that zone there. If it can't suck water down there, and it's only sucking air down there, that's when we'll incur the airlock. So importantly, the first place to start is to remove the filter, as we did before. So get that out of the equation completely. Remove that to one side until we're confident we've got rid of the airlock. This water, as mentioned, should be fully submerged. If not, we need to top up down here. One typical way of removing airlock quite often is to blast water down into this area. I wouldn't recommend this, it's about more so lifting the levels up above that area and trying to get it going again at the panel. So we're now back on at the power and we're hoping to see the same message as what we usually see at the beginning of any power up. Run pumps purge air. When we see this, we can repetitively push the light button to encourage any air trapped in the lower particles back up and out again. So a few seconds on and a few seconds off in order to get that circulation going once more. A few seconds off and a few seconds on again. Let's see if we can get that steady circulation active. If it's not active, it's going to slip back into airlock and we'll have the same message on the screen. If it is active, we've got a thin stream of bubbles and a clear motion towards the filter, then of course we're in business. The light button repetitively will get that circulation pump active and spitting out any oxygen. So now at this point we're going to ask the tub to once more heat and hope that the airlock is removed. So the heat light's re-engaged, it's gone solid, so it tells me that the heater's active. Now when it's flashing, that's the sensors reading a new temperature, or of course the flow through the system. If this goes solid once more, with an error message across here, we know we've not removed the airlock. If this goes into a solid temperature with a solid heat light down here, we know we've fixed the problem.
Okay, I'm just going to remove the front panel off a vertical slat hot tub. Same as the horizontal ones, remove the caps. Difference with this tub, it's got decorative strips on each end. If you are changing or looking into taking your front panel off and your tub is on decking, please make sure you don't drop anything. Pulls out to the bottom and then drops down. And I'm just going to disconnect the Bluetooth. Really simple. Takes the panel away. If you go to Adam, he will show you the basics of how to remove an airlock.
From the highest point of the circulation system, just release the union. We'll start to release water through. Release the air through and get your rosette bubbles back in the top.
If you do lose a little bit of water, just have a cloth, wipe it up. Leave it for 10 minutes. Like this, make sure that you've not got any more water drops coming out. If you do, just tighten it up a little bit more, but they only need to be nipped up tight, not wrenched up tight. You don't want to break the union.